Yes, Selenium automates browsers, right? So it's primarily designed for automating web applications. To automate our applications, we are using Selenium. Web application, nothing but what are the applications we are accessing through browser. All are comes under application. To automate this application, we are using Selenium. And what are the major features of Selenium? Yes, it's open source tool. It's open source tool. It's supporting many browsers. It's supporting Firefox, Google Chrome, IE, Edge, Safari, and Opera. It's supporting many operating systems, Windows, Linux, and Mac. It supports many programming languages, like it's supporting Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, and JavaScript. It supports many open source unit testing frameworks. It's supporting many unit testing frameworks. And it's a cross-platform tool. It means even if you prepare script in one OS or one browser, the same script we can explain other OS and other browser. It's a cross-platform tool. And so even if it is open source, we have a support. We have an official user group and we have a official chat we can use. Okay, if required, then we can go for commercial support, otherwise no. Then after this, we discuss about Selenium components. In Selenium, we have a 3 components, ID, WebDriver, and grid. The main purpose of ID is record and playback. To record the scripts, to play the scripts, we are using ID. Yes, WebDriver is a object-oriented API. It's API. So here to automate manual test case, so we are going to use WebDriver. Once scripts are ready to execute the scripts in multiple browsers, multiple OS at a time, we'll go for Selenium. Yes, out of these 3 components, we started discussing about Selenium. What is Selenium ID? Selenium ID is a Chrome and Firefox and Edge plugin which records and playback user interaction with browser. Right? So yes, this class we are going to discuss more on Selenium ID. These are the topics we discussed in last class. What is Selenium ID? It's a Chrome, Firefox, Edge plugin. Right? How to configure? Very simple. First, launch the browser and load Selenium web page, any one of these 3 browsers. It may be Firefox, Chrome, or Edge. Okay, open Selenium site and navigate to download page. In download page, we have a section called Selenium ID section. We have a section called Selenium ID. Go to this section. In the Selenium ID section, so we have a link here. Simply click on this link. Simply click on this link. Corresponding browser link we need to click. If you open a Firefox, we need to click Firefox link. If you open in a Chrome, we need to click Chrome link. Corresponding browser link we need to click. Right? So yes, I'm simply clicking Firefox link. Once I click this link, it navigates to add-on page. So in this add-on page, simply click Add to Firefox. Add to Firefox. Once I click Add to Firefox, it is asking your permission. Yes, click on Add. Click on Add. Then click OK. Click OK. Once you are clicking OK, the ID going to install successfully. Yes. To launch the tool, in the top right corner, we have a ID icon. Simply click on this icon to launch the tool. So once I click this icon, yes, the tool going to launch. In this one, we have a multiple options. Record, new test in new project, open existing project, create new project, and close ID. So here, if we select this one, it's going to close. Okay, to record new test, so we are going to use first option. Select first option. So today we'll discuss these 3 options. Okay, so select first option. If you select this first option, it is asking project name. Project name is user defined name. You can give any name. I'm giving project name as test project. Test project and click on OK. After giving project name, it is asking the base URL. So here, which project test case you are going to record? That project URL is asking. Yes. So we need to pass the Selenium site URL. Not only Selenium site, you can pass any project URL. Here I am giving Selenium site URL. Then simply select start recording. So once I click on this icon, yes, browser going to launch and it's going to load the corresponding web page. It's going to load the corresponding web page. In this web page, what are the actions we are performing? It's going to record in it too. I'm simply clicking the tabs. I'm simply clicking the tabs. All my actions going to record in it too. Yes, to stop this recording, launch the tool and click on the stop icon. Stop recording. Once I click the stop icon, yes, it's going to stop your recorded actions. Then it is asking test name. Test name is user defined name. User defined name. So here you can give any name. So for example, I'm giving tabs. Okay, I given test name as tabs. This is a different name, you can give any name. Now, to play this recorded steps, simply click on this run icon. Once I click this run icon, yes, it's going to play your recorded steps. Now, how to save this recorded test? How to save this recorded test? And how to reuse this recorded test? Yes, to save this recorded test, very simple. Go to this save project. Click on this save project. Okay, so once I click on save project, so here it is asking a file name. Here file name is user defined name. You can give any name. Then here extension is .side. To save this recorded test, file name .side. Side is extension. We need to provide extension file name .side. Then simply click on save. Simply click on save. So yes, it's showing a warning for me because I earlier created the same name. Okay, yes, click on yes. Yes, it is saved. Now how to open save test and how to play the save test. Yes, for this one also same. First launch the tool. Then what next? Select open existing project. Earlier we selected record new test in new project. To open recorded test. To open recorded test, we are supposed to select the second option, open existing project. Select this option. Select this option. So yes, I recorded over here Selenium ID. In this one, yes, just now we saved in this location. Select this saved file and open. And to run this one, simply click on run icon. If I am clicking run icon, it's going to play this save test. Yes, it launches the browser, it clicking one by one tab. Yes, it clicked all the tabs. Test case pass or fail? Pass. So any difficulty, any confusion to save the test and to play the save test? Nothing. Just know we configured ID in which browser? Firefox. Can we configure in a Chrome? Yes, we can. How to configure in a Chrome? First launch the Chrome browser. So we need to launch the Chrome browser. In Chrome browser, we need to open Selenium web page. Okay. In Chrome browser, open Selenium site. So we need to open Selenium site in a Chrome browser. Then here also navigate to download page. Here in download page, we have a Selenium ID section. Navigate to that Selenium ID section. Navigate to Selenium ID section. Earlier we clicked Firefox link. Now we have to click Chrome link. Simply click on this Chrome link. So we are supposed to click this Chrome link. Once I click in Chrome link, it navigate to Chrome add-on page. Chrome add-on page. So for me, it's showing remove from Chrome because I installed earlier. For you, it's not going to show you. Yes, remove. So if it is Firefox, it is showing button name as add to Firefox. If it is Chrome, it's showing add to Chrome. Add to Chrome. Yes, simply click this button, add to Chrome. Then add extension, add extension, add extension. Yes. So here it added successfully, then we can close this pop-up. And one more thing, if it is a Firefox, after successful installation, we'll get a icon to launch the tool. If it is a Chrome, it's not going to show any icon after installation. To open that icon or to show the icon, click on this extensions. Click on this extension icon. In extension icon, we need to pin Selenium ID. Here we need to pin. If you pin, then only it's visible here. Otherwise, no. If you unpin, it's not going to appear. It's not going to be visible here. If you pin, yes, it will appear here. Then how to launch? By clicking this icon, we can launch the ID. We can launch the ID. To open this recorded test, select open existing project. Open existing project. Then select the recorded test. So we recorded this test in a Firefox. Now I'm going to play this test in a Chrome. Can we play this recorded test in a Chrome browser? Yes, we can. Let me check. Yes, it launched the browser. It clicking one by one tab and test pass. What is the moral story? Even if you recorded test in one browser, the same test we can execute in other browser also. Yes, we can. Right? So now I want to configure the same ID in a Edge. How to configure? Okay, ID in Edge browser. Mechanism is remaining same. Anyone try to install this in an Edge browser? So in Edge browser also, click on open Selenium site. In Selenium site, what next? Yes, navigate to download page. Installation mechanism remaining same for all the browsers. Now, then here, select Selenium ID, go to Selenium ID section. In this section, which link we need to click? Edge link. Simply click on this Edge link. Once I clicking Edge link, so here we need to click get. So if it is Firefox, add to Firefox. It is Chrome, add to Chrome. If it is Edge, here the button name is get. Simply click on get button here. Then add extension, add extension. So yes, it added successfully. Then we can close this one. Like a Chrome after installation, the ID icon is not appear here. To show icon here, simply click on this extension icon. In this one, you have to click show in toolbar. Select show in toolbar. If you select this option, then only it is visible here, otherwise no. So if it is Chrome, we are using pin and unpin. Here, show and unshow. Or show or hide. Right? Yes. How to launch the tool? Same. Simply click on this icon to launch the tool. How to open recorded test? Select second option. Open existing project. Then select the recorded test. Then select open. Then how to play? Simply click on this run icon. Yes, it's going to play the recorded test in a Edge browser. What are the script we recorded? The same script executing in Edge browser. And test case pass or fail? Yes, is passed. So it executed all the steps successfully and test is passed. Right? So now it's time to discuss about features of ID. In the last class, we discussed about features of Selenium, overall Selenium, all the tools. Now we are going to discuss about particular, tool features, not entire Selenium tool feature. We are discussing about. So here Selenium ID features. Features of Selenium ID. Okay. The first feature, we can easily configure. We can easily configure Selenium ID. Any difficulty, any confusion to configure ID? Nothing. Even if Firefox or Chrome or Edge, we can easily configure. Right? So in the last class, you said like Selenium supports multiple browsers, many browsers. These are the browsers supported by Selenium, you said. Now, if you configured ID only in these three browsers, what about remaining? Yes, WebDriver supporting all this browser, but if you are using Selenium ID support only three. Yes, in these three browsers, yes, we can easily configure. And next feature, we can easily record and play the test. Any difficulty, any confusion to record and play the test in these three browsers? Nothing. We can easily record and we can easily play the test. This is next feature. We can easily configure it and we can easily record and we can easily play. Right? The next feature. So by using ID, to use ID, do you need any programming language? No. Without knowing any programming language, to automate manual test case, ID is right tool for you. No programming knowledge is required to use this tool. Without knowing any programming language to automate manual test cases, we are going to use ID. Even in the real time, if you have a Swagger to automate APIs also, we are using this ID. So yes, so if you have a Swagger, APIs also we can automate by using Selenium ID. Simply open the corresponding method, get post or put or delete method and execute. And we can validate the response code. Not entire response body, we can validate one or two lines. We can easily automate a test case by using ID if you have a Swagger. If you don't have a Swagger, no, it's not the right tool. Okay, sir, if you click any link in the website, if the link direct to other tab, Selenium ID record that as well. Yes, it will support. That is nothing but multiple windows. Yes, it will support. So anyway, we are going to discuss about that topic in a WebDriver. How to handle tabs and how to handle multiple windows, we'll discuss. Don't worry. Okay. Yes. Without knowing any programming language to automate test cases, we are using Selenium. Right? Next feature. So we can easily locate the elements. We can easily locate the elements. Here we have two technical words. One is element, another one is locate. What do you mean by element and what do you mean by locating element? Right? So yes, element is nothing but anything present on UI is nothing but element. Anything present on UI is nothing but element. It may be a text field, or it may be a text area, or it may be a button, or it may be a link, or it may be a checkbox, or it may be a radio button, or it may be a text, or it may be a images. Anything that visible on UI, is nothing but element. Yes, to perform action on these elements, we need to identify this element on UI. First, you need to identify that element on UI. Then only we can perform action. Without identifying element on UI, can I perform action? Answer is no. So here to perform action, we need to identify the elements. Yes, to identify the element by using Selenium ID, we can easily identify. Is nothing but locating elements. Locating means identifying elements on UI. One of the feature of ID is we can easily locate. Then how to locate? So how to locate elements by using same ID? For this one, very simple. First open web page and load your required web page. Load browser. Okay, launch the browser and load required web page. Then launch the tool. How to launch the tool? By clicking this icon, we can launch. In the tool, as of now, we discuss about so first two options and last option also. Now it's time to discuss about third option. What is third option? Create new project. Select third option. Once I selecting this option, it is asking project name. Project name is user-defined name. You can use any name. This user-defined name. You can use any name. Then click OK. So earlier, if you select first option, after project name, it is asking URL. If it is third option, after project name, it's not going to ask any URL. It's going to launch the tool. In this tool, by default, all these four icons are disabled. And we have some text fields here. When these four icons enable, you have to select a command. So here, select the command here. In ID, we need to select command. If we select command, then only it's going to enable. Here is showing multiple commands. This commands nothing but cellness. Selenium ID commands nothing but cellness. Earlier, while using Selenium RC, we are going to use these commands to automate manual test cases. Right? No, we are not using RC. RC is deprecated in 2015 itself. For this reason, we are not using these commands. Okay, in these commands, you have to select only the first command, that is add selection. Add selection. Once the command is selected, these icons are enabled. Once these icons are enabled, simply click on this pointer icon. Simply click on this pointer icon and select an element. Which element you have to identify? You have to select an element. For example, I want perform action on this password text field. Select the password text field. Once you are selecting password text field, yes, it generated some syntax in target text field. It generated syntax in target text field to check whether it is correct or not, or whether you are able to locate or not. For this one, select this row and click on find. Click on find. Yes, it's highlighting on UI. It's highlighting on UI. It means yes, we are able to locate. We are able to locate element on this place. Yes, we are able. So one more time. How to locate? Very simple. First, launch the tool. What next? Select third option. Create new project. Then what next? Select project name. Project name is user defined name. You can give any name. Then click OK. What next? Select the command. Command should be add selection. What next? Click on this pointer icon and select required element on UI. Select required element on UI. So you can select any element on UI. Then once you selected required element on UI, in the target, it generated some syntax. To check whether it is correct or not, simply select this row and click on search icon or find icon. If you select this icon, if it is located, it's going to highlight on UI. With the help of the syntax, if you are able to identify this element, it's going to highlight on UI. Yes, is highlighting. So we can use this syntax in WebDriver. We can use this syntax in WebDriver. Yes, in real time. So we are going to use ID for generating this XPath and CSS. XPath and CSS. We are not using ID for record and play. In real time, we are supposed to write test case always in WebDriver. We have three components. What those? ID, WebDriver, and grid. In real time, we'll always write scripts in WebDriver. While writing test scripts in WebDriver, we need to write XPath and CSS, or we need to identify the elements. To identify the elements, we are going to use this tool. Not for writing scripts, not for recording scripts. We'll use this tool to identify the elements. Okay, or to generate and validate XPath and CSS. So during interviews, we have to write this XPath manually. Just now its tool is generating, right? But yes, so during interviews, you should write manual syntax. We'll discuss how to write manual XPath. Right? So yes, we are going to use this tool for, not for recording. We are going to use for locating elements. we can, with the help of this one, we can generate this XPath or we can validate. Validate means if we written manually, we can validate the syntax also. For this both purpose, we are using Selenium. Right? So one more time. How to locate? First, launch the tool. What next? Select third option. Project name, user defined name. Then click OK. Select command. Command should be add selection. Then click on pointer and select the required element on UI. Once you have selected required element on UI, it generated some syntax. To validate this syntax, select this row and click on find icon. Yes, it's highlighting on UI. It means we can use this syntax in WebDriver. We can use this syntax in WebDriver. E is nothing but locating elements. Yes. So we have a one more feature. Can we select multiple elements at once? Yes, we can. We can identify multiple elements at a time. For this one, we need a WebDriver. Selenium ID, yes, it's going to identify one element at a time. To identify multiple elements, we need WebDriver. We'll discuss. It's a good question. We'll discuss. How to locate multiple elements. Okay. So, yes, one more feature. You can easily debug the test. We can easily debug the test. What is debugging? Why to debug the test? What is debugging? What is a bug? What is defect? Difference between bug and defect? Okay. What is bug? Yes, correct. Okay. If any issue identified during testing phase before live, yes, there's nothing but defect. Once the product is released onto live, end user identified the issue, then we'll call as bug. Right? So yes, if you identify bug or defect, who going to fix? Developer going to fix. Right? So what is the issue? There is an issue in a code. They need to check what is the issue and where is the issue. For this one, developer going to debug the code. Debug means removing errors. What are the error we are getting? Okay, in tester point of view, we'll call as bug, defect, all those things. But developer point of view, what is the issue? Only error in his code. You need to identify the root cause. Where he is getting this error? Okay, for this one, you need to debug his code. Debugging code, nothing but he needs to execute step by step, line by line. Right? Yes, one of the feature of IDE is we can easily debug the test. We can easily debug the test. How to debug the test? Yes, to debug the test, very simple. So let me open recorded test. How to open recorded test? Open existing project and select the project and open. Yes, this test having some 6 steps. We recorded 6 steps over here. If I execute this one, it's going to run all the 6 steps. Assume there is an error in step number 4. There is error in step number 4. It means from the step number 3 onwards, I want to execute step by step or line by line. For this one, we need to run this script in a debug mode. How to run this script in a debug mode? To run this script in a debug mode, very simple. Set the breakpoint. To set the breakpoint, so right click on particular line number and select toggle breakpoint. Or even if you click this link line number, we'll get a breakpoint. Even if you click also, we'll get a breakpoint. If you have breakpoint, if you click run icon, what going to happen? What are the steps we have before the breakpoint? It's going to execute. From the breakpoint, we can execute step by step or line by line. So we have a control. After the breakpoint, we have a control. Before breakpoint, we don't have any control. It's going to execute all the steps. Yes, I set the breakpoint over here. So now if I click run icon, yes, it launched the browser. It executed first 2 steps. Where is the focus right now? In third step. From third step onwards, we can execute line by line. Okay. To execute third step, we have an option called step over. Step over. Simply click on this option, step over icon. Yes, it executed third step and it executed. Then we can execute fourth step. So while executing step by step, if anything is broken, we can easily identify the reason. Why it is not working as expected? What is the reason to failure? To identify the root cause, we'll set the breakpoint. From the breakpoint, we can execute step by step. Right? To continue all the step execution, we can simply select this option, resume test execution. If you select this option, what will happen? It will execute all remaining steps. One more time, how to debug a test. How to debug? Launch the tool. Okay, open existing project. Then set the breakpoint. Okay, how to set the breakpoint or toggle point? Click particular line number. Click particular line number. Then simply click on run icon. Once I click on run icon, it's going to execute these steps one by one. From this main breakpoint, we can execute step by step. Execution is our control. Earlier, once you are clicking run icon, do you have any control? No. It's executing all the steps, it's giving pass fail status. Now, execution is our control. From this one, we can execute step by step. Yes, to execute next step, we are saying step over. To execute next step, we are saying step over. Like this, we can execute step by step. To continue remaining steps, we can simply click on resume test execution. Then it's going to execute all the tests, it will give the report. What is the purpose of debugging? Identifying the root cause for failures. To identify root cause of failures, we are going to use a debug option. Yes. So right now we debug the ID scripts. In real time, most of the time, we are going to debug WebDriver scripts, not ID scripts. We'll discuss how to debug WebDriver scripts. Okay, coming days, not now. Okay, then this week. Okay, coming days we'll discuss how to debug the Selenium WebDriver script. During interviews also, they're going to ask you questions related to debugging. To check whether it's genuine candidate or fake candidate, if anyone asks the questions on debugging, they can easily come to know. If you have really worked on automation in real time, you know all the options in debugging. If you just learn course from Amirpat University and you are facing interview, if anyone asking questions on debugging, they're never able to answer properly because what is the issue? You not, I mean, work real time and you don't know what the debug options required and when is debugging, you don't know all those things. But concept wise is good. Okay, yes, in real time, daily we are going to execute scripts in a debug mode. If anything is failure, we need to debug, we need to identify the root cause. And if it is a issue in the application, we need to raise a defect. But this fine is a common thing in real time. If you are learning, I mean, course in Amirpat University, it's not common. Okay, fine. So we have 5 features. Out of this 5 feature, which feature we are going to use in real time? Only this 4th feature we are going to use in real time. Remaining features, yes, we are not going to use in real time. In real time, we are using ID for generating and validating XPath and CSS. To generate and validate XPath and CSS, we are using ID. Clear? So what are the features of Selenium ID? We can easily configure, we can easily record, we can easily play, and no programming language required, and we can easily locate the element and we can easily debug the test. Right? Yes, in real time, which feature we are going to use? This feature we are going to use. Locating elements. We are going to use locating elements. So, how to locate elements? Very simple. To locate elements, we are simply launching the tool. Okay, not only this web page, even go for other web page also, we can locate. Okay, for example, I want to locate these tabs. Even to locate the tabs, open web page and load the tool and select third option, create new project. Then click OK. Then select the command. Command should be add selection and click on this pointer and select the required element on UI. If you select required element on UI, in target, it generated the corresponding syntax. So select this row, click on find. Yes, we are able to locate. So we are going to use this syntax in WebPack. But the XPath CSS generated by ID, we are going to. So in real time, more than 90%, we are going to use tool generated syntax. We are going to use tool generated syntax. Yes, less than 10%, we are supposed to write manual XPath, manual CSS. Yes, tools going to fail. 90% tool will give the accurate result. 10% tools going to fail. At the time, you should write a manual XPath and manual CSS. Yes, how to write manual syntax, we'll discuss in next class. Okay, instead of generating a tool, how to write a manual syntax, we'll discuss in next class. Yes. So today your task is task number 1. Configure ID in all the browsers. You have to configure Firefox, Google Chrome, Edge, and try to record tests in one browser. For example, if you record in a test case in a Firefox, you should play the same test in Chrome and Edge. If you record a test in Edge, you have to play this test in other browsers. That is task number 1. Task number 2. So here, try to locate each and every element in this web page by using ID. Each and every element. You have multiple elements in this web page. So go to this web page and try to locate each and every element and observe the syntax, how it is generating, what the syntax is generating. Okay, so try to observe. So we'll discuss how to write manual syntax tomorrow. Right? But you have to generate the syntax and you have to locate all the elements. This is task number 2. Then coming to what are the possible interview questions from today class. First question, question number 1. What are the browsers supported by Selenium ID? What are the browsers supported by Selenium ID? What are the browsers supported by Selenium ID? Next question. How to debug test in Selenium ID? How to debug test in Selenium ID? How to debug test in Selenium ID? Next question. So, what are the features of Selenium ID? What are the features of Selenium ID? Okay. Yes. So these are the possible interview questions from today class. Okay. So any queries, any doubts for online students? Thanks for your time. We'll meet tomorrow.